The 1st of April 2006 was a market day in Boni, a large village on the road from Ouagadougou to Bobo-Dioulasso. As happens on many market days, the families in the village turned out their masks to perform to attract more business to the market. People come to the village on market day to buy and sell surplus goods, and they enjoy watching the masks of the village perform. 10 masks of the Gnoumou family appeared to reenact the historical encounters between the family ancestors and the spirits from the surrounding wilderness that watch over the family and keep it safe from accident, disease, and starvation. For the Bois people and for most of the people of Burkina Faso, the appearance of masks is a form of theater, in which actors who wear masks play the roles of the protective spirits. Each family may own several of these masks, and each elder in the family may own one. They ask the young men of the family to wear them and to perform. There is a powerful bond of affection between each elder and the mask he owns, and when the elder dies, the mask may become a shrine to his spirit in the afterlife. The Bois people live in Boni, Dossi, Bagassi, and several other villages in central Burkina Faso, and all the way north to the Bony River in Mali. They are a people who speak a Voltaic language, which is related to the languages of the Mosi, Nuna, UIMA, and Dogon. The Bois are farmers who now specialize in growing cotton on well-maintained fields that they fertilize carefully every year with animal manure. They are a creative people who make masks of leaves to represent Dwo, the spirit of nature and of the wilderness, and masks of wood to represent and honor a variety of spiritual beings who protect them. The Bois are open and receptive to change, and quick to make use of new ideas and materials they find among their neighbors, and to put them to use for their own benefit. As a result, the history of artistic creativity among the Bois is one of constant change. The village of Bony is like hundreds of others in Burkina. It is built of adobe bricks, and the streets are unpaved. The farm fields lie a kilometer or two from the village. There's a small school, a government office for the prefect, and most of all in Bony, a large Catholic mission and church. Although many of the people in the village attend church on Sunday, they are also happy to sacrifice to their ancestors and use masks to honor nature spirits during the rest of the week. The Catholic priests of Bony, as in many other similar towns, have been wise enough to incorporate local masks and music into Catholic worship. The red, white, and black graphic patterns on the masks are symbols in a language that is taught to young men and women during initiation, and which reminds them of the religious laws established by the spirits to guide the villagers through their lives. These patterns are not decorative. They are as meaningful to the Bois as the graphic patterns of the tablets of the Ten Commandments are to Jews and Christians. The black and white checkerboard represents the importance of learning. The black rectangles represent the sacred goat hides on which elders sit during mass performances, while the white rectangles represent the sacred goat hides on which young people sit. The hides become blackened through decades of storage in the rafters of smoky kitchens. So for the Bois, black represents knowledge, and white represents those who have just begun to learn. You can see and hear the chief drummer, or griot, calling each of the masks in turn to perform. There is a close interaction between the performer and the drummer, who gives directions and warns of obstacles in the way. The large stone and metal structure you see in the background is a barn for storing cotton, built by the French before independence in 1960. It has been a landmark in Bony for more than 40 years. In central Burkina Faso, among the Boni, Gnoumou, UIMA, and others, both men and women participate actively in masked performances. Because the masks are owned by families and not by secret societies, women are not excluded from the masked performances and play some very important roles. They dance with the masks, speak with them and touch them, and even direct them. This is nothing new. They've been doing so forever. Among the first masks to appear are two monkeys, which play the role of the trickster. They cause trouble, harass people in the crowd, get in the way of other masks, and act out silly and ribald skits that make the audience laugh. Yet in Bony, as in other villages in the region, the monkey masks are the most sacred and oldest masks in the community. They play a role very similar to that of the sacred clowns among the Hopi peoples of Arizona. Here a monkey harasses one of the vendors in the market, who gets up and leaves his table. The bush pig is one of the most popular characters at any performance. In the wilderness, these animals are frequently disturbed, and they rush about squealing and crashing through the shrubbery, followed by their piglets, startling hunters and farmers. In the village, the bush pig and the hyena are considered to be dirty, so when they sit down next to the other masks, the masks get up and move away. You will often see elder men leave their places in the audience and dance after the performance of a mask. They are demonstrating to the younger generation how the dance should be done, and boasting about their own skills as dancers when they were younger. Often the men you see doing this are the owners of the individual masks. The plaza in Boni, where the Gnoumou family performs, slopes from north to south, so the horizon looks a bit tilted. The far end of the plaza is about 2 meters higher than the near end. One of the anachronisms in Boni is the tall microwave transmission tower at the top of the hill. This has been used for almost 50 years for transmitting telephone calls from Ouagadougou to Bobo-Dioulasso. bush pig's performance always includes lots of dirt and dust. The Serpent is arriving at the plaza from the Mask storehouse. The Bois people tell the story of a group of men from Bony who decided to raid a neighboring village to find wives. Unfortunately, they were ambushed and fled in panic with their shields over their backs to protect them from flying arrows. As they fled, one elder came across a great serpent's burrow and cried out, "I have come in peace, save me, and I will honor you." The serpent allowed him to enter and even brought him animals to eat. When it was safe, he crawled out of the burrow and commissioned a mask in the shape of a serpent to honor this spirit. This mask represents a female spirit from the wilderness that watches over the women of the village, especially in childbirth. The fish and crocodiles arrive to perform. They are the best example I have seen of the use of masks as theater to reenact the encounters between the ancestors and the spirits that watch over their families. The fish and crocodiles are the only masks I've seen perform together at the same time. crocodiles live in a watery world, so their dance is slow and graceful, as the male and female crocodiles each dance in unison, but in opposite directions, raising dust as if it were water. The costumes are made of cultivated hemp that is cut and bound into bundles, soaked in a pond until the pith rots, and then pounded to free the fibers. These are then fashioned into a netted undergarment to which long strands are knotted. Then the entire costume is dyed with local colors, or more recently, with imported German dyes. The local carvers sculpt the masks from the wood of the silk cotton tree, the Ceiba pentandra, which is the tree of life among the Dogon in Mali, and of the Maya in Mexico. The wood is light and easy to carve like pine, but is durable enough to last several performance seasons without cracking. Kapok and baobab wood are never used because their wood is completely unsuitable for carving. The women of the family form a large circle around the crocodiles and fish. They mime scooping water from the pond in which the crocodiles have taken refuge. They want to capture the fish so they can cook and eat it. Finally, the pond is emptied, and one of the young men in the circle falls on the fish and captures it. The Serpent in Bony was the tallest mask in the region, and large numbers of young women came to Bony on market day to watch it perform. The young men of Bony were very successful at courtship and marriage, and started young families early. But the young men of Pa, a village just down the road, could not meet nice girls. So the young men of Pa went to their diviner, who told them there was a serpent in their own history. They commissioned a serpent mask a meter taller than the one in Bony, and soon they too were successful at courtship and marriage. chameleon is a symbol of change and spiritual danger. Chameleons are widely feared for their magic ability to change color. The performance mimics the slow, halting movements of the chameleon in the wild, cautiously moving along a stick its owner holds out to him. The last character to appear that day was the Crazy Man, sometimes called the Angry Man. The Crazy Man is always angry at everyone, and frequently strikes out at people in the audience, and even visitors to the village, acting in a very anti-social manner. He is always followed by his wife, who tries to calm him down. She is the woman who follows behind with a bowl of millet beer for him to drink. When the Crazy Man and the Crazy Man's wife left the plaza, the performance was ended for the day. I have been attending performances such as this in Bony since 1983. The cast of characters changes just as the Kachinas change over the decades in the Hopi Mesas. But the performances continue year after year. From February to May every year, masks appear to honor the spirits that protect the community and to provide spectacular entertainment to the Bois people. It is remarkable but very pleasing that these people have persisted in their cultural expression in spite of Christianity and Islam. It is testament to the vitality and durability of their religious beliefs.